Oddo coming from sunny Vero Beach, Florida, and welcome to the Cyclone Chronicles. I'm an avid weather follower with over 45 years of storm tracking experience. From this experience, I'm able to predict storm paths 24 to 72 hours in advance with a 70 to 80% accuracy rating over computer models. So let's get on to the rest of the video to see just how I do that. Okay, I'd like to take a moment of your time to explain to you how I come up with my forecasted tracks of storms 24 hours to 72 hours in advance of computer models. I first start out with AccuWeather. I go to satellite and click on Real View. I want to go to Enhanced Real View so I can see where the moisture is and all that good stuff. And I'm going to blow the screen up. I want to zoom out so I can see the big weather picture. The high pressures, low pressures, all the steering currents that would affect a storm. That's what I'm looking for. And we're going to hit the play loop. And we'll see where everything's going. Pretty much. From this, I can get an idea of where that storm is going to go. Alright, after I'm done with this site, I go to my weather down under site. And I go to maps and radar. Full mapping catalog, and I go down here. I take a look at the jet streams, wind conditions. I also take a look at the current Atlantic analysis, Atlantic forecast. And then I come down, get a mixed surface analysis. That's a good one as well. But these are the ones that I really look at. They're the 12, 24, 36, and 48 hour forecasted surface analysis. And these kind of tell me in advance where that storm is going to go. 12 hours, the storm may be going straight to Florida. 48 hours from now, the storm may be going more into the Gulf because of the changing pattern, the weather patterns, the locations of the highs and lows. Alright, then after this site, I go to, let's see here. Alright, we're going to check out the dust. This is for the intensity of the storm. We'll hit the play loop and we'll see what we got for dust. Because this dust will totally wipe out a hurricane or any formation thereof. So it's important to know where this is at for forecasting intensity of a storm. So there you have it. Basically, it's 3 websites, and I pieced together a picture of what it's about to do based on the real-time data I just gathered, and I make my forecast. Okay, I'd like to take a few moments of everybody's time now to go over some past storm tracks that I posted on Facebook. This is September 5th, 2017. This would be Irma, and I basically state that this monster storm is going into the mountains of Hispaniola, then tracking through Cuba, and what's left of it will reemerge in the Gulf of Mexico. It may be strengthened into a Category 2 storm. And here we have the NOAA tracking map shows the future track and its current location. We're going to let it go to September 5th, right there. This is where it was when I made my prediction. The storm track is basically unobstructed right now in the Atlantic waters. Let's roll this loop to September 9th. Here it is. They evacuated the east coast of Florida, thinking it was going to go there, then to central Florida, then they evacuated the west coast, and here we are with a hard landfall 4 days later, as I predicted 4 days earlier, in Cuba. What's left of it keeps going through, and it makes its way up the west coast and almost went back out into the Atlantic. It was heading that way, but some other weather patterns came in and interfered with that. So anyways, that's one. Okay, here's another one. This is Hurricane Ian. I made a prediction on September 25th, 2022, stating I think this one's going to make a shift to the east because of an expanding high pressure boundary setting up to the north over the next 2 days. Might even be a hard right depending on the strength of the high pressure. This hurricane will pack a wallop when it arrives. Of course, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm going with. And September 25th, right here, this is where Ian was when I made my prediction. It basically crossed, it actually made a little more of an easterly path here. But anyways, let's roll a loop and let's see where that hard right is. Still no hard right. As 2 days later, three days later, still no hard right. They do have it coming across the state of Florida though. But here is the hard right that took it across the state of Florida and back out into the Atlantic. Here's another one of my predicted storm paths. This is Hurricane Dorian, August 31st, 2019. I basically state that as Dorian encounters the high pressure systems, its forward speed will slow to a crawl and its direction could change instantly, so don't let your guard down. And here's the NOAA map of its existing and predicted path, forecasted track. We're going to let it go to August 31st. And there's August 31st. Basically, this is where it was located on this day when I made that statement. They have it moving on through, no stop over Grand Bahamas in this forecasted path. Let's roll this some more. And here's where the storm comes to a stop. It spends almost 3 days over the Grand Bahamas and is pretty much stationary. And there's that quick change in direction as predicted 5 days, 6 days earlier. Okay, this is my last example. This would be Hurricane Beryl, the latest storm of this season. On July 1st, I stated we are setting all kinds of new records with this early Cat 5 hurricane, and the west coast of Africa cranking up in June instead of late August, September, all due to global warming. I'm looking at Beryl's track, and with the current weather patterns, I'm seeing it shifting more northward, shifting it north of Kingston, Jamaica, and more towards the center of the Gulf of Mexico. A few days later, as the storm is just south of Jamaica, I posted, there's that centered entry into the Gulf of Mexico that I was talking about a few days ago, for Hurricane Beryl. Due to its more northerly track, it's going to strengthen and head more towards northern Texas, Louisiana. The reason for this shift from the computer model's predicted track is because of a weakening high pressure sitting over the southeast. The computers simply can't see and don't adjust for potential weather conditions. I saw that potential 3 days ago. If you look at the two pics, one of the weathermen showing the storm track and the other one of the screenshot I posted, you'll see the actual location of the storm. I marked a yellow X showing where the news is saying the center of the storm is. They're about 40 miles off. They have billions of dollars invested into the system and hate to admit it's off its mark a good percentage of the time. We need to get the human element back into weather forecasting. Here's where you can see where they're saying the storm is, and it's actually up on off the coast of Jamaica. The eye wall actually made landfall, so they're down here, it's up there, and there's that centered entry into the Gulf I was talking about. Alright, now we're going to go to the NOAA map, and we're going to roll the loop, and we're going to stop it at July 1st. This is where I made my statement, stating it's going to be more northerly into the Gulf, and it was going to be a little, the eye wall was going to be just brushing the north coast of Jamaica. I was a little off on that one. Didn't quite go that far north, and it didn't quite go as far north as the Louisiana Texas border, but it did hit in the northern area of Texas. Let's roll the loop, and here's how the track adjusts further north. You can see it keeps swinging north. There we go. And that's where it hit. It didn't hit in Mexico or South Texas. It was kind of in the area I said it would be. But anyway, this concludes my samples and what I'm capable of doing. Hope you enjoyed them. Well, this concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you live anywhere near the cyclone zone and want to know where a storm track is going days in advance of computer models, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.